I need a nice girl to go on. I may gotta make moves. I need the right girl if it goes wrong. The game plan gotta grow. I'ma hold up you if you hold down. From the streets to the sky to the moon. I'ma hold up you if you hold down. To me, 'cause I wanna hold on, darling, lovingly. I wanna hold all night from when you close to me. She wanna hold on me. I wanna hold my queen. I wanna hold on, darling, lovingly. I wanna hold on and X all your dreams. Is it a go? 100x everything. You get the night that you want. You get the light that you need. Just gotta hold on to me like I do with you. 'Cause I wanna hold on, darling, lovingly. I wanna hold all night from when you're close to me. She wanna hold on me. I wanna hold my queen. I wanna hold on, darling, lovingly. I wanna hold. And what you hold inside is so right. And when you hold me tight, and when you hold me tight, and when you know it's right, and what you hold inside goes so right. 'Cause I wanna hold queen, yeah. She wanna know, is it me, yeah. 'Cause I wanna hold every thought and every dream. She wanna know, is it real? 'Cause I wanna hold on, darling, lovingly. I wanna hold all night from when you're close to me. She wanna hold on me. I wanna hold my queen. I wanna hold on, darling, lovingly. I wanna hold up on me, 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 lovingly. 'Cause I wanna.
Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Ian Bellina. Welcome to Token Metrics Live. And as usual, we have Bill Noble. Bill, how are you?
Ian, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, awesome. So today's a big day, a very long-awaited day. We can now publicly debut the Token Metrics Indices. So for those who know, who've been following me since 2017, you know, one of the main reasons people followed me was because I would publicly share my cryptocurrency investment portfolio every single day via my Instagram, my Twitter, basically my Blockfolio screenshot. And people have been asking, Ian, when do you plan to bring back the portfolio snapshots? Well, we've now built the Token Metrics platform and the indices, and we're taking everything we're doing in the past to a totally different level. So with the Token Metrics indices, we're building not just one, but over 10 different cryptocurrency investment portfolios catering to different styles. So for the day trader, for the swing trader, for the value investor, the hodler, for somebody who's just in it for the technology and the tech, or for somebody who wants a balanced approach. So we have over 10 different cryptocurrency indices, all being powered by machine learning and artificial intelligence. So because AI is the future, we're taking all our brain trust, all our knowledge, plus the AI, and creating example portfolios that people in crypto can follow. So we think this has been probably the most requested feature with our customers. And now this is live. If you go into Token Metrics, this is now publicly available. So very excited to give you guys a preview on how all this can be used to make money. And right now, I believe about 11 out of the 12 indices have been making money and outperforming Bitcoin, with our best performing index right now up over 350%. And that's the monthly price prediction model. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. We'll also have Bill doing TA, crypto therapy, doing Bitcoin TA, Altcoin TA, Defy TA. We'll cover Chainlink. Chainlink has been going crazy. VeChain has been going crazy. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. All right, Bill, how's everything with you?
You know, Ian, I'm doing okay. It's hot in Texas, but so's the altcoin market, so that's good for us, right?
Yeah, a hot altcoin market cools off the heat.
That's right. All right, so let me dive in with two charts, just to sort of get everyone started, so we can think about how this alt season is unfolding and changing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we have a chart of alt market cap. This comes from CoinTrader. And what you're going to see on these blue arrows over here is alt market cap exploded earlier in the week. Now, I know we've been tracking DeFi. I know the VeChains of the world are making everyone real excited. But this is even more exciting because the bigger altcoins have started moving. Okay. And this is bigger than my wildest dreams. Like, I was like, wow, this is going to be kind of a small thing with DeFi. But then I woke up and I was like, oh my God, this is rampaging. Like it's not just DeFi, it's Stellar, Cardano, Chainlink, and others. right?
Mhm.
So this is Bitcoin dominance, and we were
Wow.
asked to sort of figure this out. And we said we keep an eye on it. And basically, what happened was, as soon as Bitcoin left this parallel channel, okay, Bitcoin dominance collapsed, and right now it's at 63, and it looks like if there's like a consolidation in altcoins for like a day or two, it looks like Bitcoin dominance could go to 60. All right.
Wow.
So if that's true, the next leg of alt season, if there is a next leg, it's going to be the big coins along with the small coins together. Okay. That doesn't mean you can't take profits if something goes 2x on you, right?
Mhm.
But it looks like the bigger coins are in the mix.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the market just feels so much alive right now, and it's always great to have alt season. All right. So if you have any questions for Bill, please definitely do share them down in the comments below. We'll also be opening up the Mentimeter. So just go to menti.com. Let me see if I can pull up the code here. Okay, I think it might take some time to pull that up. But for now, so on the agenda, as mentioned, we have the Token Metrics Indices. We also have Crypto Therapy. We'll be covering some TA, so for altcoins and Bitcoin and Ethereum. So quick shout outs. So first people on the stream were BTC Motivation. Welcome. You were first, followed by Dragon Ball Crypto, followed by Jakub, then James. What's up, James? Dave, James, yes sir, on Twitter. To the Moon Crypto, what's up? Great to have you here 2 days in a row, or 2 streams in a row. Jay, what's up? Michael, what's going on with Chainlink? Chainlink and the Link army is going crazy. King Tom, what's up? Thank you for the kind words. Gail, Christopher, what's up? Yeah, so crypto family, this is really a great time to be in crypto. This is why people are always here, right? We're waiting for alt season. But as we said before, be cautious, be careful. As Bill mentioned, this is really beyond our wildest dreams, because as we mentioned before, we were very cautious on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has pretty much been stagnant, doing nothing, right? So Bitcoin's pretty much doing what we all expected. But I don't think anybody really saw alts pumping like this. So the question is, the market is getting into a frenzy. Be careful. If you're up big on any trades or investments, definitely take profits. And with that being said, just practice good risk management. Anything else to add to that, Bill?
No, I think you pretty much covered the profit-taking part. Now we're getting into, in equities, they call it sector rotation. And in our world, we're going to call it altcoin rotation, where, everything doesn't pump at once. Like, first it's VeChain and Compound. Now nobody knows how to spell compound because everybody's doing Chainlink, right? So it's like, right? So this concept of it's not just, it's advanced profit taking, right? It's rotating from one thing and figuring out what the next hot thing is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. So we do have the Mentimeter code. So go to menti.com, menti.com, and the code is 213595. That's 213595. Okay, so the question of the day, not sure if we asked this question last time, but I don't think we did. So what's scarier? Buying an altcoin that is up 25% or buying an altcoin that is down 25%? So go to menti.com, put in the code 213595, 213595, and tell us what you think. Is it do you feel more confident, do you feel more scared buying a cryptocurrency that is up 25%? Or are you more scared when it comes to buying an altcoin or cryptocurrency that is down 25%? We want to make sure your voices are heard. Bill, what's your take on this?
Okay, well, the way things pump in this market, I would say it's actually scarier to buy it when it's up 25% because you feel like you're buying the top, right? I mean, I don't know if anything is going down 25% these days, right? But when you see a gigantic pump and you missed it, that hurts and that's scary because now you're like, okay, now I want in. How do I do it? When do I do it?
Yeah. I agree. I mean, so I would say for me, it's definitely, it's more scary buying something that's up 25% because you're not sure if you're buying the top, right? But if I'm buying something that's down 25%, but I believe in the long-term fundamentals, then in a way, actually, I'll be even more excited because then I'm basically buying it at a discount where it's undervalued in terms of what the market thinks about this particular cryptocurrency. So I definitely do think there's more confidence in me buying something that's down 25% than buying something that's been pumping. Right? For example, Chainlink. It's been going, at this point, people are talking about Chainlink going to replace Ethereum and Bitcoin. I mean, like that's how crazy the energy is right now around Chainlink. I mean, so for anybody who's made money on Chainlink, definitely congratulations, or VeChain or any crypto in general. I mean, first of all, congratulations, you've definitely done a good job. But I mean, make sure you're taking profits, at least your initial investment, and then some. And for those who maybe have missed those spaceships or rocket ships, don't worry. I mean, there's always a rocket ship coming. So just be patient, do your research, do your homework, and buy the dip. Okay, all right. So let's take a look and see what our audience says. Okay, yes. So right now, most people believe it's scarier to buy an altcoin that is up 25% versus buying an altcoin that is down 25%. So pretty much they agree with us. Okay, so if anybody else has anything else to add to that, definitely please do share down in the comments below. Okay, all right, so now it's time for us. Okay, so Token Metrics Indices. What is it, and why is this something that we're very, very excited for? Well, first of all, our community has been asking for this for a while, because if you go to our feedback page at feedback.tokenmetrics.com. So our team has been listening to the feedback from our community. Let me pull this up here. So if you go over here, right, feedback.tokenmetrics.com, as you see here, portfolio recommendations. This has been really the third most requested feature. So the robo-advisor, that's something that's also planned in the roadmap, but that takes a lot longer just due to regulation and compliance stuff. Then email alerts, that's also something we do have in the roadmap. This is probably the next thing we're working on. But portfolio recommendations. So if you go to tokenmetrics.com now, and you go to data, and you go to indices, you can now go through and put in your desired investment style, whether you're a trader, a value investor, your time horizon, whether it's quarterly, annually, your investment style, whether you want something that's balanced, basically a combination of all the different data points, or if you want something that's purely based on fundamentals, purely based on technology. And we'll go through and we'll generate an index, essentially, that shows the ideal portfolio allocation and the ideal cryptocurrencies to hold, right? So because that's the number one question people have on crypto. What coin do I buy? How much do I buy? What percent should this be in terms of my portfolio? So I want to go through an example index we have. So the best performing index we have at the moment is the trader monthly price prediction. So the price predictions have been very popular on Token Metrics, and I think that's really kind of our edge, is we use our AI to come up with price predictions. So if you go down here, we have the indices performance metrics. We are comparing all the different indices we have. So everything is transparent. You can view the performance. So if you go here, the trader price predictions monthly ROI index, which began about three months ago, is up 412%, right? And this shows you, so this is a monthly index, meaning that every month there's a rebalancing. So every month it goes through, looks at the holdings it has, it looks at which ones have dropped out based on, so it tries to predict the next 30 days, which coins out of all the coins we have in our system, which are over 100 different cryptocurrencies, which ones have the highest predicted gain in the next 30 days based on our AI models. Then it takes the top 10 and puts those into a portfolio, and we balance that, we allocate that, the weights based on the grades of each coin. So for example, for this month, this portfolio is holding Algorand, Nebulous, Loom, Eternity, Decred, BitTorrent, Zcoin, Hypercash, Molecular Future, and Wazir X. Now we've gone through and we've filtered out any coins that have very low liquidity. So any coin with a liquidity less than 500,000 has been not put into this index, just to make sure that it's something that's pretty liquid. But the cool thing is, if you go down here, we're tracking the performance of this indice versus Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has pretty much been stagnant, not moving. But this kind of gives you an idea of really how valuable our indices are, right? So depending on which one you are, you now have the ability to come through and compare, because people have been asking us, Ian, or Token Metrics team, how do I know your ratings are actually making money? Well, now we actually have a graph and a place to show you exactly how much money each index will be making you, right? So in this case, so if we go down here, we even have the holdings of each index, right? So here we have the holdings, what date each holding was bought. So for example here, Molecular Future has a predicted growth in the next 30 days of over 50%. So that's why it's in this index. Then here it has the price it bought at, the portfolio weights and allocations, the exact cash value. So this is essentially a model portfolio. So this portfolio began at $10,000 and it's already done a 4x on its money, right? So I mean that's why the title of the stream is Money Making Portfolios. So for those who followed me back in 2017 with the Blockfolio, so we're essentially bringing that back, but with a whole new twist. Now, one thing to note is this indice, the price prediction indice, is based purely on pricing data. It's not, so while it's the best performing indice we have, it's also the most risky, because it's not based on fundamentals, not technology, no TA. It's based purely on past pricing data, and then ingesting that into our AI model and trying to predict what are the next coins that are going to go up, right? So this is just one example. So if you go here, let's say you're a hodler who wants to hodl for 1 year, right? So let's say you want to target long-term capital gains tax treatment here in the US. How do you build a portfolio or indice based off of that? So you come here to Token Metrics, you put in value investor, you put in time horizon annually, so you only want to rebalance once a year. Then you put in, for example, balanced. So balanced is really a balance between fundamentals and technology. So basically taking a balanced approach, and you click submit, and we'll go through and we'll display all the data we have on this index. So the value investor balanced annually is up 85%. And the 10 holdings of this portfolio are Matic, Network, Ethereum, Neo, Binance, Cardano. Cardano is doing pretty well. Amizago as well. Bitcoin, Dash, Maker, and Cosmos. Now you're probably wondering, how come Bitcoin is only 10%, for example? So we're taking a totally different approach. So our approach is we go through and we rate all these different cryptocurrencies. And so if we go down, okay, it's not here. So we go through and we rate all these different cryptocurrencies, and we decide the weight of the holdings
based on the grade. So it's not based on market cap, because if you go to other indices, they weight them based on market cap. So they'll end up having like 60 or 70% Bitcoin. Now for us, we like to be very aggressive with our investment style, but also manage risk. So even though we do have some low cap altcoins in our portfolio,
these are, in our opinion, the best altcoins out there. These are not shitcoins. These are real projects with real fundamentals, real technology that are going to perform well the next 1 year. I mean, so for example, I mean, our track record is pretty good in terms of finding early coins. So like, we were investors in Chainlink in the private sale back in August 2017. I mean, I myself took profits a long time ago. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining. I've definitely made enough money on Chainlink. I think I made more than 5x return. But I mean, it kept on going, right? So lesson learned is maybe if I had a longer time horizon of, for example, investing annually, kind of like with this index, for example, maybe I would have even more gains. But that's the idea behind what we're creating, and we think this is going to be, at least right now, the most powerful feature of Token Metrics, because now, for example, this versus Bitcoin is doing amazingly well. It's already up 85% in 3 months, right? And then, so this portfolio was created in April. So this was when we began testing, and this basically goes through and displays all that data. There's an issue right now with this one in terms of displaying the amount, I believe. But yeah, so every time there's a change in the transaction and the holdings, this will be documented here. So for example, if we buy, if an indice buys a new coin, it will be logged here. And if it sells a coin, it will be logged here as well. And it will always have the cash value amount and the percentage amount. So yeah, so we think this is going to be something that people will gravitate to a lot. Definitely open to feedback from our community as usual. We are hosting a webinar on Tuesday. So if you're a customer, just check your email. Check the last 2 emails we put out. We'll also send one out today as well, going through and inviting you to the call. All right. With that being said, very excited. If you haven't yet joined Token Metrics, definitely make sure you join. Go to tokenmetrics.com, put in the code CryptoFamily, one word, all capital, all caps, and that will get you 10% lifetime discount. Now, please be aware now that we've launched this part of the platform, the discount we have, the half off discount for the annual plan will be removed shortly. Probably in the next month or so. So if you haven't yet joined, now would be the time, because prices will be going up. Bill, your thoughts on this? Any comments?
You know what? When I first heard you talking about this, it reminds me of when they started to do these things in equities. And that's when the general public became involved in mass. Okay, and now that you've got basically push button portfolios for people in crypto, I don't know, it makes it so much easier for them to get involved, right? Now we're just not drawing lines on charts anymore. People can actually look at a portfolio and then look at a chart and then get involved. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this gives people more faster time to value, right? Because now people can just look at the chart and the portfolio. Because not everybody wants to get into the weeds in terms of how we rate and review projects. Some people just want to know what are the good coins to buy, right? So now we've basically done that. So definitely curious to get feedback from the community. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Okay, so I'm seeing some people, can we pay for stablecoins for your service? Unfortunately, right now we don't take crypto, but that is something we do plan to add in the future. Okay, somebody's saying, there's an issue with the sound. The sound seems okay for me, everybody. Maybe check your audio. If anybody else has issues with the sound, let me know, because let us know what you think. Yeah, the sound is crystal clear on my end when I play it here on the output. All right. Okay, so let me just see a few more comments. Gail says, I'm new to crypto, so this portfolio guide will definitely come in handy for me. Yeah, I mean, this is why we've built this. I mean, this is really designed to give anybody, whether you're a newbie or a professional investor, guidance. I mean, obviously, as usual, this is not financial or investment advice, but this is a good starting point to give you an idea of where to start. Because one of the things I learned from the last, I would say back in 2017, 2018 in crypto, lots of people needed guidance, because we may have been bullish on a coin, and
invested, and other people would view our bullishness and go all in and buy everything and basically bet the farm and put the entire portfolio in one coin. And with this, we're trying to avoid that. So this, one of the beauties of this is it shows you the portfolio allocation and it tries to help you diversify your portfolio, right? So I think that's something that's definitely needed in crypto, because we're trying to graduate crypto from being gambling to being a science in a way. Right? So definitely do check it out, because we think this is something people can definitely use. To the Moon says, can we hook it up to an exchange? Not at the moment, but that is the next part, right? So basically creating the robo advisor, being able to now trade based on this. That's something that is in the roadmap for sure. Okay, so people are definitely excited about this. Okay, so EFV says, thanks to all the Token Metrics members. Could you please clear monthly portfolio, what date it starts? Is it first of each month? So it's not quite first of each month. So if I go back here, so over here, it has the dates, right? So if we go to monthly, for example, so the only indices available for monthly are the trader, because that's kind of a shorter time horizon. So let's say you want to do trading monthly based on technical analysis. So we click submit. It goes through. It's pulling up the indice, right? So this monthly, so trader weighted weekly ROI is 104. Trader technical analysis monthly is 128%. So this last time this was done was June 30th. So basically assume that by July 30th, there'll be a new rebalancing for this portfolio. Okay? So that's kind of how it works. Okay, all right. So are there alerts or notifications? So not at the moment, but as mentioned, that is next in terms of things for us to do. So if we go to our feedback page here, so if we go to the feedback page, you see here email alerts are basically next. So stay tuned. Time frame for that, I would say, is probably going to be a month or so. I would say probably in a month. Maybe worst case 2 months, but hopefully in a month or so. That's the time frame. Okay. All right. So Bill, let's hop into crypto therapy.
Okay. All right. So this is not a simple market anymore. Okay. It's complicated with a lot of moving parts. So what I wanted to do was start with two of the smaller coins, right? I wanted to start with house favorite for DeFi, Ren. Okay. Now, one of the things that I'm starting to notice is we have this saying on our show. We say the bigger the base, the higher in the space, right? And I've come to realize after watching some of these coins that the bases that they've built, the accumulation zones, have been bigger than I thought, which is why we're getting stronger price action in many of these things than I would have thought. Okay, so in this DeFi favorite Ren, the accumulation zone was bigger and the upside target is now bigger. Okay, and where did I get this from? Okay, the thing we've all been waiting for, it's Chainlink. Okay, now Chainlink, if you look at this, has been in this gigantic accumulation zone for a year. And now the bus is leaving. Mm-hmm. All right. So I know Chainlink's going up, but I want to take a minute to say what I think it means. Now, say a year ago, I would have said, for this alt season to continue, we need Ethereum to wake up and start moving. Now, I've got some charts on that. That could happen, but we're growing old here waiting for Ethereum to move. So what else could happen that could help, say, Stellar, Cardano, and all these other coins that have really decent charts, Cosmos, etc. What big event other than an Ethereum rally to 400 could unfold that could help alt season go? All right. Now, I think the answer is to say that Chainlink does a compound, meaning the market cap of this, the price target's 8. That's just off the chart. And I'm sure you maybe can YouTube a video of somebody else's price targets on Chainlink. They're sort of enormous. So I'm painting a picture of, well, Ethereum could lead or Chainlink could lead. And Chainlink's market cap could go up so much that it triggers a lot of speculation and a lot of buying in things like Cardano and Stellar and all those other coins, right? So alt season can continue, surprisingly, if the big coins move. It's preferable if it's Ethereum. It'd be great if it was Cosmos, but at the moment, it looks like Chainlink. Now, one chart I didn't show is sort of like a conclusion. I noticed a DeFi project, Kava, took off last week. Now, yes, there's some talk about that. Yes, it was maybe the pump of the week in DeFi. But you got to remember, they specialize in lending for speculators. Okay? So when lending for speculators takes off, it's an idea that maybe this whole rally can broaden out. Okay? Now, one catch at the end. It's great when the party's going on. The party's usually best right before it ends. So, right. So, I mean,
Yeah.
If
Amen to that.
if Chainlink moons, okay, it could continue. If Ethereum moons, it's much more sustainable. Okay, so rather than chasing every DeFi project, I think you're going to have to get more selective, right? Like Ren at the moment looks the best to me, right? Aave, I think is the name of it.
Aave.
Right, Aave went way beyond my price target. Okay, so yes, these things can go farther than you think. That's another theme, right? In other words, it doesn't mean FOMO in, but it means if you do take profits, leave some of the position. You don't have to be all in or totally out, okay? Because you never know which one is going to be the one that really changes the game. And again, if Compound's market cap was so enormous at one point, the same thing could happen in Chainlink.
Well said, Bill. Well said. I mean, everything was on point as usual. Apologies. Yes, there was a person next door who chose to vacuum at the wrong time. So that's done with. So yeah, if you're holding Chainlink or if you have any of the coins Bill has mentioned, Ren, or any other coins or Kava, definitely tell us what you think about that down in the comments below. All right. So let's check in with our audience and see how we're doing. Somebody's saying Ethereum tanked. Then Yo-Yo says, I think Maker has the most potential. DAI is a game changer. Alt season will explode in 2021. Okay, Mr. Bitcoin says he had Chainlink at $1.25. Okay, congratulations. Joshua says, are there DeFi coins in the indices? So you'd have to go through and check out each indice, right? Because we have over 10. But I'm pretty sure there are some. But everything kind of depends based on that index, essentially, based on what coin just looking at, right? So price prediction index would have something different than the TA index versus the fundamentals versus the technology, right? But if I do recall correctly, I think the technology did have Compound, because Compound does have good technology. So let me just pull this up here. So if we go to Value Investor and we choose Technology Quarterly, click Submit, I believe Compound was in there because our development team does like the technology for Compound. Yes. So we have Compound in there. Now, probably one of the first questions you're probably wondering is, some like why is Tron in there? so in the initial testing, we filtered out lots of coins that were illiquid or didn't have good liquidity, and we also added a filter for liquidity ratio or turnover ratio. So trying to filter out coins that were being traded way too much. So coins that are basically just that have some wash trading, right? And then the downside is our filter was too strict. So we do plan to take off the turnover ratio, because we right now is showing coins with a turnover ratio between 10 to 50%. But one of the downsides of that is even coins like Bitcoin have very high turnover ratios, quite frankly, because of shady exchanges doing lots of wash trading, right? So because lots of exchanges, if you go on CoinMarketCap, they want to boost their trading volume. So they'll trade Bitcoin back and forth. So our models kind of penalize that. So we want to go back and make that change. So that change will be done by the end of the week. So I'll probably say by Friday. So, but yeah, I mean, but in general, technology does have the Compound in there, because Compound has good technology. Okay, all right. So let's go back now to our presentation here. So we've covered cryptotherapy. Okay, we've kind of covered Chainlink, but Chainlink is the coin of the week, so we have to cover it again. So time for Crypto Showdown. This is a new segment where we get two coins and we put them head to head, and we see which coins the community, you, our audience, decides. So today's Crypto Showdown, which coin do you think has a better, more promising future? Chainlink or VeChain? Let us know what you think. Go to menti.com, MENTI.com, and put in the code 213595. That's 213595. Let us know what coin you think has a future. Also, be sure to post down your comments below which coin you think has a better future, whether it's Chainlink or VeChain. So, in my opinion, if I had to choose, obviously this is just purely subjective. Actually, you know what? Let me pull up the ratings we have here on both coins. I think that's probably a better, more objective approach. So let's pull up Chainlink. So this is going to tokenmetrics.com. If you haven't signed up, definitely do join. So Chainlink is a very well balanced coin, right? It has decent fundamentals, decent technology, but as you see right now, the TA is very, very bullish on Chainlink. So I mean, it's definitely worth having on your watch list. Or, I mean, if you're a trader, it probably makes sense to be trading Chainlink right now. Because if we go to the TA is very, very bullish on Chainlink. Now, if we go to the price prediction models, now please note the models for the price prediction versus the models for the TA and everything else are different. But wow, look at this. I mean, so the price prediction models, which are one of our most popular elements of Token Metrics, it's been pretty consistently close with the actual trend of Chainlink. I mean, this is the power of AI, because the red line is the actual price and the dotted line is our prediction. And if you look at this, I mean, it's almost like they're brothers and sisters. It's almost like they're actually identical twins in a way, right? And our models are predicting Chainlink could be going as high as $8.20 before making a correction towards first week of August, right? So now this is purely one data point. This should not be the only thing you use to trade, right? This should be factored in with all the other data points you have. So we have price predictions for Chainlink being very, very bullish. Then we have the TA for Chainlink also being very bullish. And we have a decent and okay grade, right? So, I mean, if you're in Chainlink, things are looking very, very good. Then we have VeChain. Let's pull up VeChain at the moment. VeChain is also very popular with the crypto community. So looking at this, so fundamentals on VeChain are good. Technology, in our opinion, could be better, and TA is not quite as high as Chainlink. So if we go to the technical analysis, Right now, it's neutral on VeChain. And if we go to the price prediction on VeChain, okay, price prediction on VeChain has also been pretty consistent. So, I mean, so looking at this, so the predicted price versus the actual price has been pretty good. Then, so it has, our models have VeChain going all the way till about 18 cents before going down. So based on token metrics, based on our models, essentially short term, at least that is, Chainlink has the better future. But Bill, I'm curious to hear your takes from just looking at the charts as opposed to the models.
Okay. So on the Chainlink chart, as we talked about, I definitely see the idea of the bigger the base, the higher in the space, right? So what can I add to that? And this is something I haven't done before, but sometimes I just like to eyeball the coin market cap rankings and just think about it for a second. So let's start with Binance Coin number 9. Okay. So we're in alt season and Binance Coin is only at number 9. Okay. Binance Coin could get hot if alts get hot. So Binance Coin feels like it's too far down in the rankings. Now, if you go down below that, there's Chainlink, okay, at a market cap of $2 billion.
Incredible.
Now, what do you think the market would look like if Binance Coin and Chainlink, okay, had a market cap bigger than Bitcoin Cash, right? Like what happens if it was like basically Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Chainlink, and Cardano at the top? This is like college football, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, are the SEC teams going to jump up all at once, right? Or is it going to be the Big Ten? So when I look at Chainlink on the market cap charts, I look at the ability of the things above Chainlink to move up, like Cardano and Binance Coin, Chainlink, and Cardano.
Okay, apologies. People are saying your volume is too low. I mean, it seems fine on my end. Maybe could people maybe turn up the volume? Anybody else having issues with Bill's volume? Because it's pretty high on my end.
So when I look at Chainlink,
yeah, volume seems fine. Okay, but okay.
All right. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bill. Continue.
Can you hear me now?
I think that's actually worse.
That's worse.
Yeah. Just go back. Probably an issue in Zoom. So I think maybe if you can go to Zoom and just change just boost up the audio in Zoom and the audio settings. Okay, so as Bill does that, I mean, so
All right, I'm back.
You back? Okay. All right, good.
Okay, so the summary is when you look at the market cap chart, it used to be that like Ethereum would lead. In this environment, that does not appear to be the case. So it's Chainlink, Cardano, Stellar, and Binance Coin, because I'm seeing that a lot on big crypto Twitter accounts. You know, Binance Coin used to be at 40. Okay. And I think this alt season is a lot bigger than the last one. And sometimes when people are afraid to buy it when it goes up, I totally understand that, believe me, because everyone's gotten wrecked in crypto. But sometimes moves don't end until there's no fear of buying when it's up. Equities is kind of a classic example, right? You just wake up every day, buy it. It's easy. You know, my dad's doing it. My grandma's doing it. I don't think we're there yet in at least these big cryptos. Some of this DeFi stuff, maybe. So my answer to your question about Chainlink is use your imagination. What happens if the market cap in Binance Coin, Chainlink, and Cardano doubles? What happens if the market cap chart or the, Token Metrics top 20 in a way reorders itself?
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah. And then thoughts on VeChain?
Okay, so here's how I'm looking at VeChain. So I talked about it, and then it mooned, and that discussion turned out to be very popular. So
Popular man.
so VeChain I'm looking at as the thing that got it all started, right? In other words, this alt season shifted when VeChain mooned. So I'm not going to tell you that something that's mooned can stop mooning. But what I am saying is it looks like VeChain was the start of something the way Compound was the start of something in DeFi. And VeChain started it, and Chainlink may finish it. So I'm not telling you to, if you want to take some money off the table in VeChain, well, that's fine. If you love it and you want to hold it, okay, that's fine too. Right? But it looks like if the world's going to change, it's going to be Chainlink.
Yeah, well said, Bill. So just to add some extra comments on Binance. So if we go to our value investor balanced annual portfolio, Binance is in there. And I also brought up Binance as well on the live stream earlier today with Dennis from TikTok, who has a big crypto audience on TikTok. I mean, Binance reached its all-time high during a bear market in crypto. So I'm very shocked that BNB coin is not moving at all during alt season, right? So if anything, it's very, very undervalued. And I think that's also why our portfolio has it. But I mean, not to toot our own horn, but quite frankly, I'm very surprised at how accurate and how close to the actual price movements our price prediction models have been to VeChain and Chainlink. I mean, because just looking at these lines, I mean, this is spooky. I mean, like, imagine trading off of this and being this right. I mean, actually, even here, like our predictions were more conservative than the actual price, if anything, right? And then, as mentioned, if we go back to Chainlink price prediction, I mean, I think this is really why we have been preaching and really evangelizing AI, because AI can really give you that edge. So let me go back to price predictions over here, right? Because with Chainlink, I mean, look at this, and because once again, this is not the only tool, right? Obviously, it is risky. Price predictions are risky. They don't factor in fundamentals, technology, anything like that. But in terms of trying to know where a trend is going, having some form of guidance that's pretty accurate, I mean, insanely accurate, I think really gives you an edge and makes you a smarter investor or trader, right? And now, especially that we have the indices, and because people have been telling us, Ian, we're tired of having to go to the ratings page and go through manually look at the price predictions for every single coin to find out which ones will do well. Well, we've listened to you, and the indices solve that, because now if you just go here and just go to trader, go to monthly price prediction, submit, we give you the list automatically. We give you the list of the best coins based on the AI that are most likely to perform well this month. And that's been the best performing index so far, right? So definitely very excited for that. All right, now back to the survey, back to Crypto Showdown. Okay, so our audience has voted. The winner, I mean, drum rolls, please. Not really a surprise. Chainlink. Chainlink is the winner versus VeChain. Now, do you think our audience is correct? Do you think our audience is wrong? Please tell us down in the comments below. But either way, if you're holding either of these this year, I mean, you've definitely made money already. So pat yourself on the back. I mean, a win is a win, as we say in crypto. Nobody ever got fired for taking profits. Lock in those profits. And yeah, so tell us what you think down in the comments below. All right, so great stream so far. I mean, we have a great crowd. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, your crypto family. This is going out to YouTube, to Facebook, to Twitter, Periscope, crypto family everywhere. Okay, all right. So let's begin to take some questions. Let me go to our forum and just kind of see what questions people have from there. So if you haven't yet joined, be sure to join our Token Metrics community by going to forum.tokenmetrics.com. So we have different ways you can communicate with our community. So it's the forum. We also have a Telegram group. We also have a Telegram alerts channel. So just go to Telegram and just type in Token Metrics. That gives you the alerts channel. And then Token Metrics discussion gives you the discussion group. So go there. I'm pretty active. I'm probably more, I'm very active in the Telegram channel, probably posting every day or two. Then I also go through here, the forum, and try to post every couple of days each week. So some questions people have been asking on the forum. People are asking about capital gain taxes in the US. Whenever people ask those questions, you know people are making money. Then let's see somebody just joined the forum and posted an intro. Then favorite DeFi platform and why. We've covered this already. We had a video on our channel. So if you're watching this on Twitter, Facebook, or my personal YouTube channel, be sure to go to the Token Metrics YouTube channel and subscribe there. We're now posting about 3 videos a day. So, I mean, because it's alt season, you guys like the content. So we're very active with the content we're posting there. So if you're not on our, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you are definitely missing out. Okay, so people asking about views on some coins here. Let me just quickly go through and chime in there. Okay, InstaDApp flash loans. Okay, so I'll go through and quickly kind of share my takes on that. Okay, so Steve joined. Hey Steve, what's up? Great to have you here. Okay, so the question the person has, okay, so the question is our views on Tomo Chain, Thorchain, DMG, Nimic, Elf, Cody, FRM, and Utrust. Okay, pretty much his whole portfolio. Okay, so I'll just quickly kind of go through in my opinion and kind of share my takes on some of these projects. Tomo Chain, we looked at that a while back, hasn't really jumped out at us. Thorchain, I think we covered. We did some tea on that a while back with Bill. I think probably 1 or 2 live streams back. DMG, so DMG we've covered. Now we do have a video on our channel. That's the DeFi money market. We've kind of joked about this being a used car salesman on DeFi. But jokes aside though, I mean, definitely very interesting to see how that project will perform. But probably better for us to take a wait and see approach. Honestly, none of these coins really jump out at me in terms of having any long-term potential. I mean, because we have looked at Ferrum and Cody, but no, I mean, in terms of a trade, so let me see if I can pull up the TA here. So if we go to Token Metrics and go to Trader, so none of these coins are really on our list. So right now, the trading list we have based on our AI, Bitcoin, 0x, Helium. Helium, as you guys know, I'm very bullish on. I basically have a good amount of Helium, and I've been mining that for some time. Amisago, Ethereum, Kyber, BAT, Chainlink is in our top 10 now, basically in our Moon Index for anybody out there who's trading. As mentioned, very, very bullish on Chainlink, short term, Augur, and Monero. So VeChain is down here in 14th. Do any of those jump out for you, Bill?
Well, when I look at our rankings, I'm personally really interested in the fact that Zcash and Cosmos are moving up the ladder, right? Cosmos, we've covered like 3 or 4 times on the show. We actually watched the painful selling climax at the bottom where it went through one of our chart points. And I'm pretty sure my answer was, this is BS, it's going up. Or, right? Everybody who has sold, and then Cosmos turned around and went straight up. Now, I'm talking about that because when we start to see these higher quality coins, Zcash in particular, Cosmos, Maker, start floating to the top, okay, it's a sign that the higher quality, bigger coins can start rallying. Okay, I mean, that's pre-indexes. That's kind of how I used Token Metrics. I would just see who's creeping up.
All right. All right. Thank you, Bill. So tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay. So moving on to the next question from the forum. Just give me 1 second here to pull this up. Okay. So this question is a doozy. Wow. Okay. So basically, let me just see if I can quickly comment on this. So this comes from Tiger Levi. So since comp, which is compound, is the new hot coin in DeFi, I just wanted to let everyone know that there's an easy way to mine comp through the platform InstantDApp. You are able to do flash loans and earn comp without getting too technical about the situation. A flash loan is executing multiple transactions in one transaction. On InstantDApp, you can borrow, lend, and swap an asset all in one transaction. That is what makes the transaction a flash loan. This is basically leverage trading using smart contracts. Okay, let me just. Okay, yeah. So basically, he's saying to check out instantdap.io. Yeah. So this is definitely a platform I myself also do recommend. I began testing this out recently, so I haven't really been too active in the DeFi space. So if you just go to instantdap.io, it lets you partake in DeFi without having to be a developer. That's really the value prop of InstantDApp. It's basically building a nice GUI, a nice user interface that lets you go through and borrow, lend money, and do all that nice stuff, all on DeFi. So I have been using this myself. Well, actually, just testing this out. I haven't really been using it per se. All right. So let me see if I can share this without giving away my address. That's the last thing I want to do right now. So yeah, this is what the dashboard looks like. So you log in here. As you see, I put in some plain money. Put in some test ETH just to test it out. So you can go through here. You can use Curve, MakerDAO, Compound, and you go through and let me go through Compound and kind of show you what's possible to kind of just give a high level overview. Let me see. I want to make sure my address is not showing. Okay, all right, just give me 1 second, everybody, because we are live on the air. Okay, yeah, so this looks like it's good to go. Okay, yeah, so you just come in here, you deposit, so you have the chance to deposit DAI, Ether, all these different stable coins. Then down here, so as you can see, I've already claimed some comp from just 1 day. So that's basically comp mining. So if comp mining, the way it works is you get incentivized to provide liquidity. So in my case, I've lent out some Ether just to test it out. And in exchange for that, not only do I earn interest, right, kind of like basically being my own bank where I lend out, I also earned, think of this as rewards, in this case in compound governance token. And then over here, let's say you're actually borrowing money. So let's say you're on the other side of the transaction. You can go through here, you can do debt swaps, you can do collateral swaps, you can do all kinds of things. All right, so definitely worth checking out. I think this is probably one of the most widely used platforms in DeFi. So, I mean, definitely does come with high recommendations just from our research, from people we've been speaking with. If you currently use InstantDApp, definitely do share your thoughts on this DApp down below, and tell us what you think. Okay. All right. So with that being said, now let's go to the AMA. So once again, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, go to menti.com. That's menti.com. Use the code 213595. Okay. So the first question. So first question from our audience. Are IEOs dead, essentially? That's a fair question to ask. Well, I mean, I would say crypto has the shiny new object syndrome. So right now, IEOs are not sexy. I wouldn't call them dead, but I would say it's not hot right now. It's not in demand. It's not in the zeitgeist. Right now, DeFi is in the zeitgeist. If anything, I would say IDOs are in. Initial DEX offerings or initial Uniswap offerings, they've been called. So basically, projects launching their DeFi tokens on DEXs for people to buy and scoop up. That's really what's in at the moment. Because the issue with IEOs, actually, you know what? maybe the IEO model could be phased out, because if DeFi is really taking off, the IEO model was broken because exchanges were making money. It was really just a business for exchanges to make money. They would charge all these projects money to list. But with DeFi, DeFi is breaking down barriers, because if you're a good project, no longer do you have to go to Binance and pay $1 million to IEO, and some exchanges, even though they wouldn't charge you, whatever funds you would raise would not go to you. They would just go towards market making to prop up and pump the price. So it wasn't really fair either way. But with DeFi now, if you're a good project, just take all your tokens, put them on Uniswap, and let the community buy them. I mean, so this is really taking off, in my opinion. So, I mean, maybe IEOs are phased out, because, I mean, maybe that's why BNB token is not performing well, because IEOs are not in at the moment. People want governance tokens. And there has been a rumor that Binance might be exploring decentralizing themselves and creating their own kind of DAO type model. And I think that's wise for them to start thinking that, because if DeFi really blows up, I mean, who will need a centralized exchange? I mean, the only reason you would need a centralized exchange would just be as a fiat gateway. But if people are going to Uniswap and all these other DEXs to trade, I mean, and people are using platforms like One Inch Exchange or Matcha to trade and cross aggregate their trades across several exchanges, I mean, this could be the swan song for some centralized exchanges. I mean, I still think the big ones like Coinbase and Binance will survive, but the garbage exchanges, I think those will probably be running out of business. Your take, Bill?
Okay, well, I think there's always going to be room for like a New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ of crypto, right? The Coinbase, the Binances. I think DeFi is going to help create both liquidity and an interest rate mechanism, right? So the faster DeFi develops, the more credibility crypto has as an asset class, right? And I think this is going to be enormous, because if there is another big wave, right? If a whole bunch of people do flood to Coinbase and Binance, all right, that's what makes crypto go up beyond, you know, the sort of the pump of the week thing we've been doing for the last month, right? We're talking about the big one, where crypto gets legit and crypto goes Tesla or Netflix. You know, take a look at the Amazon chart when you get a second, right?
Yeah.
That's what we want for crypto. Not just the small coins, but the chain links, the Cardanos, the Stellars, right? That's how we as in the crypto family get big. That's how we get legit. And as we know in crypto, how fast can it happen? In a week.
Yeah. I mean,
because they're doing it in equities, we can do it in crypto.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay. All right. Moving on. Okay. So what are your thoughts on OneChain? Okay. So Bill, please pull that up. As Bill was pulling that up, let me also go to Token Metrics and share our take on OneChain. So OneChain, I mean, TA is very bearish. Technology and everything. This is for traders. If we go to value investor, I mean, OneChain hasn't really been so bullish for us. I mean, OneChain honestly hasn't really recovered since 2018. I mean, I think it peaked at maybe a 10x, I believe, but it hasn't really recovered since then. And because right now our models think the TA is bearish. Let me see if the price prediction is different. So if we go to price prediction, so yeah, price prediction models have it going down. I mean, so This is not a coin I would personally have myself in my portfolio. Bill, your take?
Okay. So as Ian pointed out, Juan Chain doesn't really have many friends, right? So what you can see is over here, all right, and we've had this conversation before that, every time this goes up, it just kind of turns around and gets smacked back down again. You see these long wicks on these candlesticks. Now, on a big picture basis, okay, Juan Chain has been traveling in this sort of downward sloping wedge. Okay. What does that mean? Well, yeah, it means it kind of has no friends. It's kind of a basketball being held underwater. But if you ever woke up one day and was like, hey, I really like this. I think this can go up. Well, this is interesting because a lot of times when they try to push something down like this, well, it's either garbage and it's done, or it's one big up day away from moving. So I don't think I'd have a big position in this by any stretch, but if you wanted to take a shot, you could take a shot. Okay, because we've already covered in some of these small coins what happens when everybody sells, it has no friends and gives up. Now, is that the greatest coin in the world? Probably not. But if you had a reason to love it, I wouldn't discourage you from trying.
All right. Thank you, Bill. If anybody's still holding Juan Chain, let us know what you think. Do you think Juan Chain can bounce back like a basketball? Or is it RIP for Juan Chain? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay. All right. So moving on to the next question here. So once again, if you have any questions, please go to menti.com, menti.com, and use the code 213595, 213595. Okay, next question. What plan do you need to be on to get the indices? So the good news is everybody gets the indices. We're giving it to everybody on Token Metrics who's a customer. So if you go here to pricing, right? So everybody gets it. So hodler, investor, and professional, right? So everybody gets the love. Everybody gets a chance to go through and follow along the example portfolios, because this is something we think everybody needs, right? So I think it's good. Okay, I see here Ike says RIP Juan Chain. Okay. All right. So next question here. Moving on. Okay, so any thoughts on fetch.ai? FET. Okay, I'm not sure if this is on any major exchanges or on TradingView. Bill, maybe try to pull it up on your end. Let me also check on Token Metrics and see if we can, if we have this here. Fetch. Okay, yeah. So this was the Binance IEO. Yeah. So they IEO'd last year, and it pretty much hasn't fared too well. So we do have the TA models. So our TA models are not bullish at all. They're very bearish at the moment. All the customs are bearish. Then let me check the price predictions. So price prediction models, please bear with us. It is taking some time to load. Okay, so price predictions, okay, have been pretty in alignment with the actual trend here in general, but price predictions are saying it's basically going to come crashing all the way down to about 25 cents. Bill, are you able to pull it up on your end?
I do. I have it. It's coming up.
Okay. Okay, so Jay.
All right, so here's the chart
go ahead.
here.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is FET, right? Fetch.ai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm seeing this a lot, right? So we have like a kind of a sort of famous term, buy breakouts, right? So this is a tough one, but this looks like it's actually breaking out and can go, much higher,
Oh, wow.
right? It's at
That's good news.
453 right now. It can probably go to 564. Okay. You know, it is going to run into a little bit of resistance at 500. That's an even number and a prior peak. Okay. But as with all of these things, you know, if you take a look at where these things came from, right, and how long they've been depressed,
Yeah.
right? Like, you know how I'm always talking about the give up? Okay. There's your give up.
Oh, wow.
right.
Yeah.
So there's your give up. And then, you know, the accumulation crowd comes in, and that's your potential. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. Right. So, you know, when I do these charts, you know, I don't know the details about the project. Right. I just know that there are these themes running across all the charts. And, you know, we don't advocate FOMO, but we are telling people to buy breakouts. So this to me looks like it's breaking out, right? Which fits along with another theme we have of this altcoin move. You know, minus a crash in equities, this altcoin move can spread out.
All right. I mean, well said, Bill. Well said. So let us know what you think. Do you think Fetch has a good traction and is basically a candidate to buy a breakout, or do you think it's basically still just kind of dormant? Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay. All right. Let me pull up the next one here. Okay, so once again, go to menti.com, menti.com to submit your questions. Code is 213595. That's 213595. Okay, so question is, any updates on our research in Pax Gold? Yes, so Pax Gold is now on the platform. Just go to tokenmetrics.com. So everything is there. And we did put out an investment report a while back. If you go to our newsletter archives, it should be in there, I believe, as well. Okay, let me move on to the next question. Okay, so this is a good question for beginners. So I have not invested in crypto yet and want to invest. Is it better to invest right now or to wait for a possible July dip? Good question. Good question. So I'll kind of share my take. Then we also have Bill chime in. So I would say, don't try to time the market. So don't try to predict when the bottom is, when the top is. Just dollar cost average in. So just pick a particular time interval when you'll be buying. So it could be maybe you take X percent of your money, of your disposable income. So not your rent money, not your grocery money, disposable income you have remaining after everything has been paid off, and income you don't need for the next few years. So disposable income that you're fine losing because investing is risky, especially in crypto. So you take that. So let's say you have $1,000 each month in disposable income, just to keep things simple. So maybe you put $1,000 into crypto every single month, right? Then after 1 year, you'll have 10 grand in crypto. Right, so that's one example, right? So if you can automate things, it makes it easier because that way you remove the emotions out of it, and it makes it a lot easier because it's very tough to predict when the bottom is, right? Because like even with us, right, we've been pretty bearish and our models have been bearish or neutral on Bitcoin, which has played out, but we had no idea altcoins would pump like this. I mean, because we did talk about Defy was doing well, but nobody really saw like altcoins going to the moon and beyond right now. So definitely, I think going the dollar cost averaging route is a good way to go. Bill, your take?
All right. Well, to start with, when you're new, you want to get laser focused on the price action and study it. And there is no greater way to get laser focused than to have your own money in there jumping around, right? So if you had a certain amount of capital, you know, and as Ian said, if you followed all the parameters, you know, I'd say put in 15 or 20% of your money in whatever you were looking at and just watch it, right? you'll probably learn more in a week of watching your own money jump around than you would if you stared at it for 3 months with no money on the line.
Yeah.
I think the other reason why you have to at least be involved somewhat is if this unbelievable froth in equities kind of finds its way over to crypto. I mean, Token Metrics is an altcoin specialist company. So we never met an altcoin pump that we didn't like. So the fact that it continues to do so increases our enthusiasm. All right. So we would encourage you to join in at least a little bit, because one of the things about crypto is you can make money, you can learn things, but it can also be fun. So if you're putting in anywhere from 10 to 20%, yes, you can lose money, but you could also benefit if this continues.
Well said, Bill. Well said. And then crypto family, if you have any other advice for our crypto family member, definitely please do share it down in the comments below in terms of what way you think he should invest his money. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's continue here. Okay. All right. So thoughts on Band Protocol, the new Oracle's project. That's BAND. Okay, so I have been hearing about this. I think somebody mentioned to me that maybe Ivan on Tech might have talked about this project here. Just give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Because our team currently is researching Band. I don't think we have fully finished grading it. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm seeing lots of people are joining Token Metrics. The indices must be very popular. Because every time somebody joins it, it pings me on my phone. So that's why my phone was buzzing, because I had to put it on mute. Okay, so for those who are joining, make sure you use the code Crypto Family, one word, all caps. Okay, so this is currently what we have. So we finished the fundamentals. Fundamentals aren't so good, but I mean that's kind of the crypto. The TA at the moment is not so good either. We're currently doing a code review, so that's going to take some time. So going to the TA models on our end, they're bearish. If we go to the price prediction models, okay, price prediction models, okay, they have it peaking in mid-July at around $2.36, then coming back down to $1.23. Bill, how's the chart look?
Okay, so let's just make sure I'm looking at the same thing you are. So this is Band BTC, right, on Binance. All right, so a couple noteworthy things. Obviously, this thing came out and like all of them, they tanked, right? And now it's sort of returned to where it was born.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it will probably, consolidate here. That's a guess, right? Because anybody who bought the open has to sort of like, decide whether they want to hold on to it. Now, honestly, if this thing takes out where it first came out, I do think it can go higher, right? Frequently in crypto, when we see this is a 2-day chart, so this is basically like one big week up. And one of the things I've noticed, honestly, is that things go up for like a month now, right? They may have pullback weeks like Ren in DeFi. Okay, this is where I learned this lesson. But it's not just a 1-week pump anymore. So if something's got any quality to it, it's 1 week up, 2 weeks up, and then 1 week down, 2 weeks down, and then 3 weeks up. That's kind of how it flows. So I think this that particular coin may be in its initial phase. And if it can take out the IEO price, that's the big question, then I don't know, it can go.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So if anybody has Band protocol, let us know what you think. Do you think, how high do you think Band can go? So tell us down in the comments below. Okay. All right. So back to the AMA. Okay. Interesting question here. How does Uniswap work? Okay. So Uniswap is here. Let me pull it up. Actually, because I've never quite used Uniswap myself, so not quite the expert in it, but I can kind of speak to it at a high level. So uniswap.org, this is the site. So if you launch their application here, right? So as they say here, based in with their own lingo, Uniswap is a fully decentralized protocol for automated liquidity provision on Ethereum. Right? What does that mean? So Uniswap is used for liquidity pools. So best example are with projects. So if a project could be a market maker, if anybody wants to really create liquidity around a token, what you do is you go to Uniswap using their software, their smart contracts, and you basically, ideally, you provide half and half. So let's say I have my token. Let's say this token is called Ian Bellina coin, right? Or it could be Token Metrics Token, right? And I want to give this out to people and create liquidity. So what I do is, let's say I'm a project and I have $1 million worth, right? So I bring half and half. So I bring $1 million worth of tokens and $1 million worth of some other pair, could be ETH. Then you provide that as a liquidity pool, and anybody who wants to then buy that token can buy that token, because now you're bringing liquidity. You're basically acting as the market maker. So you're essentially creating a market. So with Uniswap, anybody can create a market on any token. It could be the project, it could be investors who are holding a bag and they want to get out, or they want to just provide liquidity because maybe the project was very incompetent and not able to provide their own liquidity. So that's why this platform has really blown up. So let me kind of go through an example here. So if you go here, so this is their swap feature. So anybody can come here in a peer-to-peer fashion, connect their wallet, and swap any ERC20 based tokens. So you can come here via the liquidity pool, right? So in the example I gave, let's say I have an example, I have Token Metrics Token. Anybody can come here and buy the token. So you could say, I want to swap 10 Ethereum for a token. So you come here and pick a token. Obviously, Token Metrics Token does not exist, but in this case, let's say it's Ant, it's BAL, it's Band, right? We're just talking about Band protocol, I believe. I think that's the token. Then it goes through. It gives you it basically acts like a DEX, like a decentralized exchange, and it swaps the token for you. And it's all done peer-to-peer through smart contracts in a decentralized fashion. Then you can also come here and send tokens to people, right? And then you can also use liquidity pools, right? So if you want to join in a liquidity pool, and I believe you also earn a share of the transaction fees. To my knowledge, Uniswap currently has no token. I'm not sure if there have been talks about them creating their own token, but the way things are going right now in DeFi, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up creating their own token. I mean, if they make their own token, DeFi is going to the moon and beyond, because we saw what happened with Compound token, and Uniswap is one of the most popular platforms in DeFi. So if we check the traffic here with this nice plugin, so the traffic has been trending. So back in March, they're getting about 18,000 visits a month. Then in April, it went up to 56,000, then 86,000, and now 90,000 in June. So I mean, they've been growing very, very fast. So DeFi is definitely in. And ironically, so the popular countries are coming from the US, France, Germany, the UK, and Canada. Right? So the question is now, what will US regulators think about this? Because we know what they did with Ether Delta. But I mean, this is really a protocol. You can't really shut this down. So, I mean, we're definitely living in interesting times. Bill, anything else to add to that?
I think any mechanism that makes it easier and more credible to trade or have an interest rate for crypto while crypto is rallying like this, okay, are very powerful signals, right? I think another one that's out there is like the Coinbase Ipo.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right? When these things start happening and they start getting people excited, even though I'm not a Uniswap expert, okay, it builds excitement without a bubble. It's legit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know some, because Coinbase has been getting some flack because of it being centralized and them now working. So for those who don't know, Coinbase signed a contract with the Secret Service, I believe. It was an article in the blog where the Coinbase Analytics is now getting paid by government agencies to provide analytics data on blockchain. I mean, but I think either way, whatever you think about Coinbase is still the pillar in crypto. It's the gateway people join crypto. So somebody was asking which platform should I use to buy crypto. I mean, Coinbase here in America is the most popular platform to purchase crypto. That was the first exchange I used to buy my Bitcoin and Ether. Nowadays, I don't really use them. I would say after Coinbase is great for beginners, but their fees are very high. I would probably opt to use Coinbase Pro or Gemini, or maybe some other platforms. I haven't used any. For me, I mainly use Gemini and Coinbase Pro. I do have a Kraken account as well, but haven't really used that. Earlier in the week, I did have. I was a guest on the show Money Talks with Bill, who's the CEO of Abra. That's a mobile wallet that lets you buy crypto with fiat. So maybe check that out as well. But yeah, I mean, that's very interesting. But in terms of DeFi, Uniswap is definitely a very interesting project. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. Even if you aren't on the DeFi trend, I still think it makes sense to just try it out. I mean, for example, I mentioned earlier, I'm now kind of trying out all these different DeFi tools, right? So I was trying out InstaDApp. I'm probably also going to try out this as well. So just kind of keep on educating yourself, because I mean, this could be the future of finance, the future of crypto as well. So you definitely want to make sure you're keeping up with the newest trends. Okay, all right. Next question here. Okay, so a follow-up question on Coinbase. Will Coinbase take crypto mainstream like Robinhood with stocks? Okay, Bill, maybe you want to begin this one?
Sure. So, it's fascinating that the reader associates Robinhood with like legit stock trading. It's funny, right?
Yeah, right.
So Robinhood's brand has obviously improved as young people have flooded in to do equities. I do agree with you. I think Coinbase is going to be the way that people jump in, right? At least if you're over 18. Mm-hmm. Particularly if people discover that there's an altcoin universe. And we're not talking about, when we say altcoins, we're thinking about small stuff that 10x's. Mm-hmm. On Coinbase, an altcoin is Ethereum or Cardano, right? When people discover these things, yeah, they are going to go to Coinbase and they are going to speculate. There's actually an article by Novogratz in an interview where he's kind of criticizing equities as being a bubble. But what he's really saying is, hey, everybody over here, if you want to speculate, crypto is where you're supposed to do it, not equities. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yes, I do think people are going to go to Coinbase, and yes, assuming equities don't blow up and we're not looking at some sort of economic apocalypse, I do believe speculative fever can accelerate in crypto. Okay, as long as these big coins keep rallying.
Yeah, I mean, so just to kind of maybe take a different take on this. So in my interview this afternoon with Dennis. So for those who don't know Dennis, go on TikTok. He has a huge following on there. He has about 50,000 followers on TikTok. He posts crypto content. So and then also be sure to follow me on TikTok as well, at Diary of a Made Man. I'm beginning to try to post more content on TikTok. So definitely do go and check me out there. So he told me he believes crypto listings on Robinhood will become the new Coinbase effect, because kind of like what happened with Dogecoin, because Robinhood has about 7 cryptocurrencies, and he said if they start adding new cryptocurrencies, I mean, they're gonna pump like crazy. And it got me thinking, because I read an article earlier in the week. Actually, I think it was a video on the CNBC channel where they mentioned at one point in the last month or so, Robinhood was responsible for a quarter of the trading in equities. So basically 25% of the trading in equities, which is pretty big, historically speaking. And for those who don't know, Robinhood has really pioneered the free trading, right? They basically had no trading fees, and they forced all the other brokerages to kind of copy Robinhood and just kind of follow their path just to kind of stay competitive. And I think that's why they basically kind of take what other platforms have and make it simpler. I mean, some people will say kind of dumb it down and make it easy for beginners and noobs to kind of join investing or trading. They've done that with stocks, and now they've kind of began getting into crypto, and they have a handful of different cryptocurrencies. If they start adding other cryptocurrencies and become the Coinbase, I think we're going to have a pretty big fight between Robinhood and Coinbase, because Coinbase has the crypto cache, but they're trying to kind of go Wall Street. Well, not quite Wall Street, but they want to kind of go and have an IPO. Robinhood is also rumored to be going after having an IPO soon, either this year or next year. And if Robinhood kind of gets into Coinbase's space, because both of them are American companies and kind of going after the same audience of retail investors, I think it's definitely going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so going back to the question, will Coinbase take crypto mainstream like Robinhood with stocks? I mean, I think so. I mean, in America, Coinbase at one point was mainstream. I recall back in 2017, during the ICO and altcoin mania, Coinbase was the #1 app on the Apple App Store, I think back in December. I mean, so it's been there. It's had its glimmers and flashes in the pan, but I think next time that it goes back, it's going to be more prolonged. So yeah, I definitely do think it's possible. But definitely do tell us what you think down in the comments below. If you think Coinbase will take crypto mainstream, or do you think it will be Robinhood? Do you think the Robinhood and the Dogecoin army will take crypto mainstream? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Next question. Okay, next question is about Hex. What's up with Hex? Okay, I've not been keeping an eye on Hex. Let me take a look here and see what's up with that. Okay, so fundamentals obviously and not good, and technology. Yeah, so Hex is not doing too good based on our models. If we go to price predictions, let me see what I mean. But either way, I mean, people have made money with Hex. But looking at the price predictions, so last time we covered it was probably a month ago, and we said we weren't so bullish on it based on the price prediction model. Yeah, because I think we were predicting a dip. Okay, looks like it did dip, but not quite as much. Now the models are predicting Hex to go up to about 45 cents. Bill, are there any charts on Hex?
I have it versus Bitcoin.
Okay, that's good. That will do.
Okay, and I don't have a lot of price action. Okay, I had to go to a 4-hour chart. Okay, here. So, as we kind of like to talk about these things, here's the give up right there. Okay, and now what's happened is that from the point where people started to give up. So just give me a second here. So people started giving up right there, right? This is where people gave up. They started to quit here. And what's happened is it's really interesting that you see these big green candles. Okay, well, they're starting to ungive up, right? Like new believers are coming in. Now, do I think this is going to moon? This doesn't have a moon feel to it, but I would certainly not discourage anybody who liked it from getting involved, because we're moving. We've seen big moves when people go from give up to, oh my God, I got to get back in. So, not every one of these coins is going to pump, but a lot of things where people have quit are turning around. And ironically, a lot of those people are calling into our show to ask about.
All right. So let us know what you think. Have you made a killing on Hex? Are you still holding? Have you lost money? Do you think Hex has a chance to bounce back? Let us know down in the comments below. Okay, so let's check in here with our audience and see how we're doing. Okay, so somebody on Twitter, Crypto Tone, says, Ian, so on Uniswap, you can sell any ERC20 for ETH, right? Yes, so it's basically any ERC20 token. Well, that's assuming there's liquidity, right? So if there's no liquidity, then somebody has to create that market to then make it happen, right? And then it says, great work on Token Metrics. Thank you. We appreciate the support. Okay, people talking about Chainlink. Some people bought at 190. Okay, that's great. Kava is mooning. Okay, somebody I think says Tojado, and they got in at 46 cents. Okay. Let me just take a look and see what else we have. Minty Code. So Minty Code is, let me pull that up again. Minty Code is 213595. That's 213595. Go there to submit your questions. This is a pretty active live stream today, so I don't think we're going to be able to get through all the questions. But any questions we're not able to answer, just go ask them on the forum at forum.tokenmetrics.com, or just go to our Telegram discussions group by searching for, go to Telegram and just search for Token Metrics discussion, and that should bring it up. Actually, let me make sure I have the exact link. Just give me a second here. Yeah, Token Metrics discussion is our Telegram group, so just go there as well. So that way we can still keep the crypto family dialogue going. Okay, I'm sorry. Somebody was asking about Anchor. Could you pull that one up, Bill? ANKR. Okay, then let me. And then I think somebody also had asked me about Pax Gold. Let me just see if I could pull that up on my end here. Okay, yeah, so Pax Gold is not looking too good at the moment. Now, all these ratings right now that I'm showing are just trader ratings, so basically they're short term. Then the price predictions. Okay, wow, okay. So this I did not see coming. Hold on, just give me one second, Bill.
No problem.
So our models have been pretty consistent with gold. And now basically they're saying that gold can go all the way to 20, what is this? 2200? 2400, wow. Okay, and okay, so our models are picking this up, very interesting. And I think also, I did hear some Wall Street analysts were upgrading gold as well. So that is very interesting. Not sure why this is not showing up correctly. But I mean, hey, I mean, if you have gold or if you want exposure to gold, maybe Pax Gold is a good move. But right now it's alt season, right? So right now, gold, while good, alts are just much better at the moment. Okay, to you, Bill.
Okay, so here's ANKR. All right, now what this looks to me is it's tough to draw it, but it looks like a rounding bottom, right? So it's a variation of the bigger the base, the higher in the space, except it has sort of a curvature to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I guess we're noticing a trend where these things come out on Binance, right? They tank, and then they try to go back exactly where they started from. Now, I don't know anything about this, but why not? Right? Because that's what's been happening. That's what could continue to happen. And, you know, when you see these long basing periods, you know, I make the joke about higher in the space, but just think about how painful it is to hold these things when they're acting like that, right? Like you got excited, you got in, and every single day you look at it and it's dead, right? And that's when people give up, the people who have strong hands and want to hold it. So if there's any decent fundamentals behind something that is making that kind of a picture, right? It takes one big buyer to get it going.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Bill. If anybody is holding Anchor, let us know what you think. Do you think Anchor can keep on going higher, or do you plan to take profits and get out? Okay. All right. Moving on to the next one. Okay. So let me just kind of go through all the questions here and see if we can find some we haven't covered yet. Okay, people are talking about REN. We've covered REN already. Okay, so we have some questions here for Bill. Okay, so yeah, let me. Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second here. Okay, so some questions we have covered before. So Zilliqa we've covered before. Just watch the video from this week on Zilliqa and Icon. So those two we've covered. So I'm gonna have to skip those two questions. Okay, so here's one. Hi, Ian. Thoughts on FOAM, FOAM? They've been busy rolling out their network with geospatial counterparts. Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty fancy. Geospatial. Are they doing something crazy with space or something? Let me see if we have that. Okay, we don't have that in our system, unfortunately, on Token Metrics. Then Bill, let me know if there's a chart for that on your end, and let me try to research and see if we have anything on this either.
Yeah, I do have a chart. I do have a chart.
Oh, you do? Okay, great.
Okay, so FOAM BTC. Okay. All right. So the way I would describe this is, again, your give up. Okay. And now there's renewed interest. All right. Now with this is going to have a little bit of a harder time mooning because there's a lot of congestion near current levels. Right. So to distill it down, this coin was hanging out, then everyone gave up, and now it's come back to where everyone was already hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's going to probably take a little work. Like, you know, it's not going to happen in the next 5 minutes. I know that's what everyone wants. But it's probably going to have to do a little work and go sideways before it makes its next decision. Okay? Now, that said, if it just rips through the old hangout zone, then you know something's up on the upside. Okay? So when something should sit still and doesn't, it's a signal. But this should have to hang out first before it does anything else.
Yeah. Kind of makes me think of a party, or like you kind of have to first hang out and anyway, that's a different conversation. Okay, let us know what you think again down in the comments below. Okay, so I mean, wow, I mean, alt season is definitely something with all these questions. Let me see if we can get any. Okay, let me see. People are asking about Ren a lot, so let's do that. I know. I think you covered Ren early in the show, right, Bill?
Right. I know to start with Ren.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, I can go back to it.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Okay. So let's take a look at Ren again. So actually, as you do that, let me also pull it up here on my end in Token Metrics and see what the price prediction says for Ren. Because Ren has been really at the forefront of the DeFi movement. So that's why there's been lots of interest. And as I see, we just posted a video on our Token Metrics channel for Elrond, which people have been asking for. So definitely do check that out after the show. So here on our end...
Okay.
So just give me a minute here, Bill. So fundamentals and technology haven't really changed for us, but as a trade, we do like Ren. Right now, the TA is bullish here. So as I pull this up here, TA models are bullish on Ren. Then if we go to the price prediction models, okay, they're all pretty on point, pretty accurate. Looking at this. They've pretty much been going, following the same trend. Then, so they predict Ren could go as high as 21 cents towards the end of the month in July. Now, once again, this is just purely one tool in the toolbox. This should not be the only tool you use to trade or invest. Okay, then to you, Bill. Okay. Do we still have you, Bill? Okay.
Right, I'm still here.
Okay, all right.
Here it comes. Okay, so Ren. So when we started the show, we discussed that things like Ren and Chainlink, they built bigger bases than what I originally thought. Okay, so that's a nicer way of saying that they got more power to the upside. Okay. Now, how much power? Well, if Chainlink and Ren, their pictures look similar. So if there's going to be some kind of absurd moonshot, it may be in things like Ren and Chainlink because they kind of visually look the same. So I started with this. This is an in-house Token Metrics favorite. I watched it go up. I'm like, okay, it's going up, but I actually underestimated it a little. And then I watched it and I was like, wow. So this is where I came up with this theory that there are going to be coins out there that are going to go farther than anyone thinks. And this could be one of those coins.
Yeah, well said. Well said. So let us know what you think. Do you think Ren could 100x? Do you think Ren can keep on going higher? Or do you plan to take profits? Let us know down in the comments below. Okay, so I'm getting some questions or comments. People are talking about Bzx. So yes, we are aware about Bzx. It is definitely one of the DeFi tokens to keep an eye on. We do have the fundamental review already up on our platform. So if you're a customer, just type in Bzx. You'd have to be, I think, in the investor plan or higher to have access to it. But we do have at least the fundamental review up. And we've been working on the code review and technology review. But just kind of, I mean, so at a high level, right? So as mentioned, all the final reviews for Bzx will be up on our site. But at a high level, it's really just a DeFi FOMO. Whether you want to call it a initial DEX offering or just a token launch, whatever it is. people are buying these DeFi tokens not based on fundamentals, just based on hype. So because of that, short term, I mean, it's going to pump. I mean, no matter what the fundamentals are, just based on the DeFi euphoria, it's going to pump. Now, that's not financial advice. That's just me just kind of telling it as it is, just kind of based on everything pumping recently. Now, from a fundamental perspective, the question is, how does this compare versus everything? Because we're not in this just for the pumps. If we're viewing this as a long-term investors, do we think this project has long-term staying power, right? Because people right now are going to all these DeFi tokens just to get tokens, but they don't really care about the governance or how to use the tokens or the comp mining or whatever, right? So for us, a better measure is the actual usage of the platform. So that's something our team is looking into. But we do have the fundamental review up on our platform already. Just go to tokenmetrics.com, and we plan to have the code review available probably by the end of the week, if not earlier. Have you heard about this, Bill? The Bzx token?
No, I like to learn these things on the live stream, listening to you, like many members of our audience.
Yeah, because I could try to, let me see if I can pull up some information on Bzx. So just give me 1 second here. Because I know we did share this in our with our recent newsletter with our customers. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, yeah. So these are 3 upcoming DeFi tokens to watch. This is from G Crypto. Good people. So Bzx is a financial primitive for shorting, leverage, borrowing. Basically, it's DeFi. DeFi derivatives, and kind of does everything. They're partnering with Kyber Network, Chainlink Maker, some other different companies. But I mean, crypto partnerships are kind of overblown, in my opinion. But basically, they're selling. Initial price is 0.0002 ETH. Initial cap is 6.3 million. They've raised 2.2 million in a private sale, which was a while back. One of the token to keep an eye on is Curve. Curve is basically for yield farming, right? And here they say it's an automated market maker that has been optimized for trading between assets, whatever. Then the Rivedex, this is also one to keep an eye on. So these are 3 interesting DeFi projects to keep an eye on. And once again, this is from G Crypto. We have the fundamentals on Token Metrics. These 2 as well will be adding to Token Metrics, so definitely keep an eye on them. So for now, just in terms of my take, because all these tokens are relatively new, there isn't really much price action. Fundamentals have really been thrown out the window at the moment. So for the time being, I think once we put them up on Token Metrics, I think you probably just have to rely on just the technical analysis and the price prediction. So I think very rarely do I say don't follow the fundamentals. But for something like this, because DeFi, with these new tokens, they've been performing fairly well, but mainly because of FOMO. So I think you have to kind of treat this as a short-term trading opportunity and look purely at the price action and the price prediction models. Bill, anything to add from your end?
Yes. So when I hear things like, yeah, it's gonna, it's like a philosophical thing, it's gonna pump because it's there. That's not exactly what I'm talking about when I'm thinking about this continuing. That's the type of stuff you hear when it's all over.
Yeah, when it's the top.
Right. So that's why I'm hoping this spreads out. That's why I was encouraged by, the Cardanos and the Stellars of the world. Because, if alt season turns into the DeFi pump of the week, oh no, this is going to be over quickly, right? Mm-hmm. So we want to go beyond the DeFi pump of the week. And that's why I was looking at, Ren to see, hey, can the strong trends continue, right? Can the strong coins start moving, right? Because I know everyone wants a pump, but, anyone who's been in crypto, it's like, yeah, things pump for 3 months and then you have an 18-month bear market. We don't want
Yeah. Yeah.
we don't
Absolutely.
want that. We want sustainability in price action, in analysis, like our indexes. You know, we want it to hold together and become an investment class instrument.
Well said, Bill. Well said. Okay. All right. So let us know what you think about BZX. I see here Joe Bell says BZX is overhyped, in my opinion. Okay. Let us know what you think as well. Everybody else, do you think BZX? I mean, I think as well, it definitely is overhyped. I think right now it's just a DeFi pump of the week, right? So for anybody who's looking for a long-term position, I think it's going to take more time, right? More time, more research, and just kind of be cautious, right? If you're chasing the pump of the week, just be honest with yourself and know that it's a pump of the week, and don't hold longer than a week. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, somebody's saying this is nothing compared to Link. If you couldn't see the Link potential from the jump, then I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, I mean, so from a TA perspective, our models are very bullish on Link. They think Link can keep on going up even higher. Let me see if we have any other questions here. What percentage of your portfolio should be gold and metals? Well, I mean, everything depends. It depends on your investment style and everything, right? So that's why we have the indices, right? Everything is kind of based on your investment style. So I would just kind of defer to that. Let me just take a look at some of the other questions and see what we have here. Okay, people are talking about Beam. Anchor recovered. Somebody's saying they like the fundamentals of Anchor. Okay. Okay, what about Request Network? Okay, I don't think we've looked into Request Network yet. Maybe Bill could pull that up. Bill, how are we on time with you?
Oh, we're good.
We're good? Okay.
Good.
All right, so let's have Bill pull that up.
Okay, coming right up here. Okay, so Request Network. You know, this reminds me of another saying, speed, magnitude, and direction. Okay, meaning what goes up a certain way, what goes down a certain way goes right back up the same way. Okay, so that's what happened in Request Network. It looks like we got some pretty serious FOMO on the way up. But that's what a lot of these coins do, right? They rush up and it looks like it's going to top out. But then if it holds together and like, I don't know, this is a 2-day chart. So if it holds together over like a week and a half, you know, like right here, this type of action, okay? If you start to see this sort of like back and forth sideways action, these things can turn around and start going higher again. You know, I don't know if this can, okay? Certainly, if you look at where this came from, okay, imagine if it went back there. You know,
wow.
So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, in research, you get paid for imagination, right? In altcoins, I think now, whether they're big ones or small ones, you know, you get paid to imagine the possibilities. So I think there's a bigger trade out there than the DeFi pump of the week. I think some of these tokens that people are asking about, I mean, they're not all going to wake up, but some of them could wake up big just based on the fact of where they came from originally.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, I mean, so I think the mindset people should have is if we go back and look at the last bull run and then the long bear market we had, and now this new bull run we have with alts, what coins survived? What coins thrived? And one of those winners now has been Chainlink. So people should be thinking to themselves, don't just look for the next pump of the week. Look for the next Chainlink, a project that can enter the top 20 market cap and maybe even top 10 market cap. So kind of like with the .com era where we had the .com boom and bust, but you had the winners like the Amazons, the eBays of the world, the Googles of the world, right? So try to find those long-term winners. So don't really buy into the pump of the week. Have that long-term perspective, and that's why we have the Token Metrics Indices, because they kind of give you that long-term perspective, especially for value investors. If you just go there and choose the annual investment style and pick whether balanced, fundamentals, or technology, that will give you a long-term perspective. So you don't really have to chase the pumps of the week. All right, so tell us what you think in terms of our request network, or in terms of just investing for the long term, down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Let me continue. So if you like this live stream, definitely make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and crypto family. Let's try to get as many likes as we can. So definitely keep on smashing the like button until that button breaks. Okay, let me find one we haven't covered yet. Ren was very popular. We had like 3 or 4 questions just on Ren. Okay, we already covered Ampleforth last week. Okay, so here's a question. If I want to dollar cost average into crypto, can I still do that using the trader indices? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Right, so if we go back here, right, so if we go to trader, let's say you want to do trader technical analysis monthly, right? So we switch to technical analysis monthly. That has that's up 128% in the last 3 months or so, right? So this is basically the portfolio it has. So what you do is, if you want to dollar cost average into that, this is a portfolio at the moment. So once again, this is based purely on technical analysis, it's not based on fundamentals. So the coins they likes, that's the list. So if we go down here, these are the holdings, and these are the last transactions. So on June 1st, actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, so all these holdings began on June 1st. I'm sorry. So on June 1st, it sold all these. Then June 30th, it bought these. So pretty much you just kind of come here, and whenever there's a rebalancing, you just kind of do that, right? So let's say you want to invest $1,000 into crypto each month, right? So to do it with the indices, you just kind of take that and just add that into your portfolio, because everything here is based on the portfolio weight. So cash value will be different for each person, because each person has different amounts of cash in crypto. So a good point to kind of use to kind of guide you would be the portfolio weight, right? So whether you have 1,000 or 10,000, this NDC for purely trading, not fundamentals, has these holdings, right? So for example, it has 10.33% in waves, right? So if you have $1,000, that would be what, like $100 something dollars, essentially, right? So basically, it's, and all these are based on the grade holdings as well, right? So I think that would probably be the best way to kind of do that. And then each month, as you add more money, you just kind of factor that into your total portfolio, so into the total cash value, and you make sure the weights line up, right? So right now, this is not automated yet, but in the future, we will try to kind of see how to automate it. That's kind of the next phase of Token Metrics, creating the robo-advisor, where all this is automated for you on your behalf. But good question. Anything to add to that, Bill, in terms of dollar cost averaging into indices?
Well, just to repeat the sort of to commend this listener, right? You don't have to go all in right away, right? So whatever that's a mentality. There's a binary mentality in crypto. So dollar cost averaging into an index so you can get your feet wet and see what's happening is wise.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Blockchain. Okay, so this is a question for Bill. Hi, Bill. Is that Fibonacci fan that you are using?
It's Fibonacci speed resistance. Let me show you.
All right.
Get there.
And maybe also explain that to the people who want to learn trading.
Okay. All right. So okay, so this indicator that I like to use, okay, is called, it's from right here on TradingView. Okay, it's called Fibonacci Speed Resistance Fan. All right. Now, when and where did I decide to use this? Well, I just noticed that there had to be two types of ways to figure out where cryptos start and stop moving. Sometimes you look this way, and the best way to look this way was with this particular indicator. Okay, because what you do is, you connect a top point here. Let me see if I can get rid of it and do it again. Okay, so as you can see, because we're on live TV, my computer is not cooperating. All right, but I did get it to come up. So you'll connect a high and a low, okay, and then you'll look at past lines and say, look at this right here. This set of lines was useful. So what you do, you don't just draw it and go, okay. You draw it and you see if what you've drawn has worked in the past, okay? And that's for any of these diagonal-based indicators, all right? That's true with the GAN stuff that I do by hand, and it's true with that indicator. Like, how do I know what lines to connect? How do I know what peak to start from? Well, you don't. You look and you see what the market has respected in the past. And the thinking is anything from Fibonacci kind of comes from the natural world, like sunshine or ocean waves, okay, without giving you this huge lecture in math. So figuring out where the rhythm of the market is, we got an album out, so we can talk about the rhythm. Fibonacci helps you figure out the rhythm.
All right. Well said, Bill. Let us know what you think. I mean, anybody here also trade with that? Let us know down in the comments below. Okay. All right. Okay, let me find some other questions we can go through. Okay. This is a good question here. Okay, so is XRP the coin, not the company? Ripple, dead? Good question. So Bill, maybe I'll pull up XRP and I'll also pull it up here on my end. So let's look into XRP because it has been a while since we looked into XRP. Hopefully the Ripple army doesn't come for us too much. Okay, so you guys kind of already know where we stand from a fundamental and technology standpoint with XRP, the coin. So fundamentals and technology could be better. Technical analysis. So technical analysis is also very bearish at the moment. let's based on our models here. Then if we go to the price predictions, let's see how this is panning out. Yeah, so our models haven't really been performing well when it comes to XRP. So looking at this, yeah, I mean, it hasn't been close pretty much because we predicted a dip. XRP kind of stayed up and went up a little bit. Then we had a prediction for a pump. Then it pretty much just kind of went sideways, then went down. And now we're predicting it to go down. So our models on XRP haven't been too good. And I think it's also kind of hard to predict because XRP tokens are sold by the team, right? So maybe that's why. So it's hard to trade because the team is known for selling more than $100 million worth of XRP in the last 1 year or so. So maybe that's what's causing the selling pressure. So Bill, your take and the charts.
Okay, here it comes. Okay, so believe it or not, I've actually been thinking and wondering if this whole thing pumps, right? If like, I don't know, if like either Ether or Chainlink goes ballistic, can this go with it, right? Is this included in something that can go up as an altcoin? And here's my answer. If Team Ripple stopped selling this for a month, right? This is just a what if. If Team Ripple stopped selling this for a month and just let Mr. Market decide, I would think this would probably go up, okay? Because you've got a gigantic give up here, okay? Like everybody just throws in the towel, okay? And now, you know, we were talking about the fib speed resistance lines. Check it out. It's breaking out. Okay. So if Team Ripple can stop sitting on it, there might actually be a bid for this thing. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's got a caveat. It's breaking out. So I don't know, somebody email these guys and say, take the pedal off the metal for a month and see what happens.
Yeah. And then so one other thing I know as well is while on TikTok, I saw some people are already trying to pump XRP as the next Dogecoin. So I'm not sure if XRP is on Robinhood, but if it is, I mean, hey, maybe that's the case. But yeah, I mean, tell us what you think. Do you think XRP can bounce back, especially with alt season we're in? Do you think XRP has a chance to bounce back? Let us know down in the comments below. Okay, all right. So that was a good question. It's been a while since we covered Ripple on the show. Okay, let me go through some others. Okay, so we got, I think we have to start to wrap up soon. But here, so the next question is Elf, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, elf.im, a good competitor to Cosmos? Actually, let me take some time to pull this up because I've been hearing about this recently, but I'm not too familiar with it. I think this might have been the token that is on Neo, and they gave this, yeah, so it's a layer 2 scaling solution. They gave this to all the holders of Pixio Chain, and I was an investor back in 2018 in Pixio Chain, which was a horrible investment. They basically did nothing, but that's neither here nor there. And all the holders who had this were airdropped this. So actually, I think I do have this as well in my Neo wallet. I just have to check to double check. Bill, are you able to pull this up? Alf, ALEPH is the token name.
Okay, ticker symbols ELF, ELF.
That I do not know.
All right, let's try this because I think I got it.
Okay, let me double check on CoinMarketCap
So
here.
it's AELF.
No, ALPH is the token name. ALEPH. So yeah, that's also the token name as well.
Okay, so it looks like I don't have that.
Okay, let me check on my end because I don't think we have that in Token Metrics. Yeah, we don't have it on Token Metrics. But if we go to just to CoinMarketCap, so yeah, they don't even have a market cap for it or the circulating supply. If we go to market activity, so Uniswap has it, only about 24,000 trading volume. Then MXC. Actually, why would Uniswap have it? Because I thought this was a Neo coin. Maybe I'm mistaken. Is there an ERC20 token as well? Okay. Okay, maybe I'm mistaking this with something else. So current decentralized applications. Okay, so looks like they're tapping into Defy. Okay, so looks like it is cross-chain because I'm seeing here underlying chains. Yeah, I'd have to look at this at a more in depth. Right now, I don't really have enough information to talk about. Okay, but I mean, that's kind of that at a high level. Okay, all right. Well, I think it's time for us to wrap up. It has been a pretty long stream. We've been going for about 2.5 hours, so pretty in depth. We've been joining you here during alt season. Bill, any last words to our crypto family?
Well, keep your cool. Stay with Token Metrics. We make you money, but we're smarter than Robinhood. You follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. So, Ian, as always, I appreciate being on the show. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bill. It was a pleasure. And as Bill said, crypto family, first of all, we're in alt season, so you got to have your music for alt season. So go to tokenmetrics.com, get the album, right? We have Crypto Slowdown, or if you want the Moon Lambo, whatever music you need to get you through alt season, go to tokenmetrics.com. I mean, here, let me pull it up again this is why we have the music, guys. This is our anthem in alt season. Right, tokenmetrics.com. The album is called To the Moon and Beyond. Thank you for all the support. People are already saying the album is good. So it's available on Spotify, Google Play Music. Let me see if it's now on Apple Music. So it's now on Apple Music too. Yeah, there we go. We're on Apple Music, baby. So we're on iTunes as well, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, wherever you go here, check us out, right? We have the song, right? First Rockstar on the Moon, 100X, Godfather, Mike Piazza, Moon Lambo. Right now, lots of people are going to the moon with Chainlink, VeChain, and some others. Are you a believer? Do you believe in crypto long term? Crypto Slowdown. The future is you. Do your research. For people out there, hey, you always got to do your own research before investing. Fair Exchange, Heroes. Hit the exchange. Don't take the L. Hodl Queen. This was the intro song for today's show. Todo Estoyo. Buy the dip. Hey, maybe it's time to buy the dip in DeFi and crypto. A hustler's way and shots on the moon. So go out there, show the support. Crypto family in the house. Jam out to this music. And as mentioned before, we have launched the Token Metrics Indices. This is something that people have been asking for a lot. So we have launched this. Just go to Token Metrics, sign up, go to data, indices. Whether you're a trader or investor, we have a portfolio for you. Once again, this is not investment advice. This is just a model portfolio. And as an example to show you what kind of portfolios our AI would create based on the ratings that we have. And as you see here, they've been performing pretty well. Obviously, the entire portfolio is not pumping like like some altcoins, but they do help you diversify and mitigate the risk in investing and making sure you have a good portfolio of cryptocurrencies that fit your particular investment style, whether it's price predictions, technical analysis, fundamentals, technology, or a balanced approach. We have the indices for you, and everything here shows you how well that index is performing. So right now, this is versus Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin has been going sideways, so I mean, pretty much most people have been making money, right? But the main thing is having a portfolio that also makes money when Bitcoin starts pumping, right? Because once we get out of alt season, how well will your portfolio fare, right? So being able to kind of have a diversified portfolio, and this also to us makes our platform even more transparent and honest, right? Because we're not just giving you ratings, we're showing you how well they perform now, right? And this is something people have been asking for, right? So now when people say, is this worth the money? I mean, just go check the ratings, and then you guys can come up with that conclusion yourself, right? Whether you're making more money yourself trading, that's fine too, or whether you're making a lot less money, then maybe using this as a guide, not investment advice, but as a guide, will help you make more money, right? So that's why the title of this live stream is called Money Making Crypto Indices and Portfolios, and we're just trying to help everybody make money, because that's why we're here, right? And we're logging all the holdings, we're logging all the transactions. So to everybody who was wondering when we were going to bring back the blockfolio, guess what? We built our own blockfolio called Token Metrics. So crypto family, go to tokenmetrics.com, use the coupon crypto family, all caps, one word, to get 10% off lifetime discount. And as mentioned before, because we've now launched the indices, the 6 months free, half off for the annual plan discount is going to be not taken away, but it's going to be reduced, right? So probably it will probably be maybe like 4 or 3 months free. I think I would say maybe 4 months free as opposed to 6 months free, right? So if you haven't yet signed up, now is the time to sign up before the discount goes away. So I'll probably say sometime this month, probably in the next 1 to 2 weeks, the discount will be gone. Or rather will be decreased. So if you're on the fence, now is the time to sign up. With that being said, crypto family, we just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Hodl. We hodled and we're still around. As we like to say, the moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond. Thank you, crypto family. Smash the like buttons. I'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody.
Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
True. Slow. I won't slow you down. I'll try to hold you down. My eyes are open now. Won't slow you down. Won't slow you down. She want me never on the road, and yet I get her when I go. Want me forever getting close, but like me better when I close down. So many meetups gotta hold down. So many meetings on the road now. I gotta leave her for the show, but she really saying no. She believe I gotta slow. Just try to know. I need a moment on an island, no. I need to know where every vibe can go. I need a moment where the time is slow, but she told me slow down on crypto. She doesn't know this is it though. Need a vacation from the big show. Need a vacation from the get-go. She told me slow down on crypto. The market is a give go. I get more. I'm living on the world tour to score more. Retired from the board floor. I'm more for it. They're telling me to slow down, but not now. The minute that it goes down, I buy out. Got another tour stop, but never where the tour stop. The tour stop. I just try to know. I need a moment on an island though. I need to know where every vibe can go. I need a moment where the time is slow, but she told me slow down on crypto. She doesn't know this is it though. Need a vacation from the big show. Need a vacation from the get-go. She told me slow down on crypto. She doesn't know this is it though. Need a vacation from the big show.